Okay, what's up, y'all? So I did not go to a restaurant. I came home and I made some eggs, of course, made some eggs and some rice, and I saved some money. And I made coffee here. And I just took a shower. And I thought I would work on this paint by numbers thing that I bought because it's nasty as fuck outside. It's been raining all day. It's like my phone's, I can't reach my phone, but I think it's like 2 o'clock or something. So yeah, I can't go anywhere. Well, I can, but it's not fun. So what better to do on a rainy, nasty day than sit inside and paint some shit. So this is what I have so far, and it's supposed to look like this. I don't know if you can see that. It's Shin-chan. So he's this popular Japanese anime. I think the show is called Shin-chan. I don't know what the characters' names are, but it's popular in Korea also. So I'll have a little wall decor when I'm done, and I got a little fucking candle going. I don't know if you can see the fucking candle going. Oh, it's a vibe. So I'm gonna paint that, and I thought it'd be a good time to just talk about what the fuck is it like in Korea. What is it like in Korea? Let me get situated first. What number should I do? 3? Let me do 4. Paint 4. Yeah, I'll paint this thing. So what is it like in Korea? Well, of course I'm gonna say it's fucking dope. Cause like there's not a whole lot to really hate. But of course there's a lot that comes with going to a whole new fucking country. So overall, Korea is very comfortable. Like the room I'm in right now, I'm not paying for. It's from work. My school is paying for it. So that alone is a pretty big perk. And they're paying me enough I can live comfortably, and you know, if I'm careful, I can save a good bit every month and pay off some loans, and you know, still go explore and travel and do things like that. So yeah, I really like that overall. It's just like, it's comfortable. Like the job's not too hard. It's regular, you know, decent hours. I go in at 1 every day. I leave at 8:30. Sometimes I go in a little earlier. So yeah, I usually don't stay later. Sometimes I'll go in a little earlier if I have a little bit of extra grading to do. We do like these writing notebooks, and it's like the students write paragraphs and stories and shit. And sometimes that takes a little extra brain power to focus on. Yeah, other than that, easy schedule. I figured out a gym membership pretty quickly after I got here, and I'll go to the gym and go to work, and the rest of the time I'm just exploring Korea or enjoying my time at home. So yeah, it's a simple lifestyle, which is cool.
I didn't really have a thing for Korea
before I came here. I kind of came here on a whim. I just kind of needed something new and exciting relatively quickly because I could not stand my last job anymore. It just was not it. It was not it. To make a long story short. Might have been it for some people, but not for me. So that was a good experience, but I could not have stayed there much longer. So I got what I got out of it, and it's time to move on. But yeah, how did I find Korea? How did I find this job? So I was kind of not gonna lie, I was kind of in a bit of a crisis mode. I was like, I fucking hate my job. My sales job. I kind of fucking hate my sales job now. And I'm not living a very healthy lifestyle. And I need to find a way out. And I was talking to people. And I was like, what the fuck should I do? And meanwhile, I had been applying for shit and interviewing and just like talking to other jobs to see like what the fuck was out there. And I thought I had a job lined up that was gonna work out. And, you know, lesson learned, don't bank on a job before you have it. So, I did not get the job. Surprise, surprise, I did not get the job. And, you know, at that point I was kind of like, well, fuck, now I'm really in a pickle. So I don't know where the fuck to go then. I'm recording right, yeah. I really didn't know where to go then. And then I kept talking to people. I was like, well, fuck, like, I don't know what I should do. And someone had mentioned teaching in another country. And it wasn't the first time I had thought of that. But in that situation, I think it was. Because I had thought about it before, like, throughout school and shit, of like, that'd be pretty dope. A lot of people go do something like that, live in a new country and get outside your bubble and go see the world. But I never really entertained it because honestly, I'm not rich right now. Like I'm not making like fucking lawyer money or $100,000 or anything like that. So it was kind of a tough pill to swallow. A little bit, not really, but because I just needed fucking something. But it was a little bit of a, I don't know what the fuck to call it. It just kind of sucked a little bit to realize like, oh wow, like I'm really not gonna be making a whole lot of money. So I kind of had to ignore that and just think of like, wow, I get the opportunity to go live in a new country and experience a new culture and really get like as far away from my comfort zone as possible, which is always a good thing, because you don't learn anything staying in your comfort zone. So yeah, my friend mentioned it, and I was like, sorry, I really went on a fucking tangent there. But someone had brought it up, and I looked into it, and kind of one thing led to another. I found a company, or like a recruiting company online that seemed pretty legit. I sent them like my application and resume and all that, and then had an interview, and they were like, yeah, this could, work out. So they started finding me interviews for schools in Korea. And yeah, I ended up so the way it worked is this recruiting agency, they weren't based in Korea, but they had relationships with all these schools in Korea. They still exist. And so after I like applied to them and they, saw that it would, be a good fit and I could, do the job, basically, they started finding me interviews with schools that they knew in Korea. And I would have like interviews. I had a few interviews like in Korean time. I would just like talk with the school, and then they would send the recruiter the job offer if they wanted me to come work. So I think I had 4 interviews with different schools. Interviewed with 4 different schools, and out of those 4 I ended up getting 2 offers. And there was another one that paid a little bit more. It was in a different part of Korea. It was in Daegu, which is like in the middle of Korea, closer to Busan. Closer to Busan. And I did not take that offer. Even it wasn't a lot more, but it paid just like a hair more, teeny bit more. Paid some change more. I didn't take that because the hours for how much more I would be making, not fucking worth it. I'd be working like all the time. That I was like from 9 until like, I don't know, 6 or 7, compared to my hours now, and I'm making basically the same money. It was like $100 more a month or something like that. Or like 100, yeah, it was like 100,000 won more a month, which is like, when it comes down to it, that's not a whole lot more. Because I want to enjoy my time here. And if I'm working all the time and my job like ends up sucking, then I'm not going to have a good time. So yeah, fortunately I think I picked the right school, because I ended up going, so the other one, it was a poly school. At the time I didn't do a ton of research on the types of schools. I kind of just like listened to what they told me and, just kind of thought I would make the best of whatever the fuck happened. So yeah, I ended up going with this school, which is, ended up being a better pick, I think, because the pay's good and I still have a life in Korea. And I think I made the good decision, because not only am I, life's pretty good right now. Fortunately, I have a comfortable, I have a comfortable lifestyle, and my work doesn't, kill me every day. And after doing a little bit of research on, other people teaching here after I got here, I found out a lot of people don't have good experiences with poly schools. That kind of school that this one in Daegu was. It seems like, from reading a bunch of things on Reddit, it seems like a lot of people are overworked there. And after I had read that, I thought about it. And in my interview, they really didn't ask a lot. They kind of just told me a whole lot of information about the school. Like, gave me all the details as if I was already working there. And other people on Reddit had said similar things, as if they desperately needed a new teacher. And you don't really desperately need new teachers unless there's like a reason you can't keep teachers, is what I think. So yeah, I don't know what the fuck the deal was with that school, but I'm glad I didn't end up working there. Um, so yeah, I guess in a bunch of rambling, discombobulated sentences, that's how I ended up here. What did I leave out? Did I leave anything out? Nah. Needed to get out of sales. Thought I was gonna get another job. Didn't know what to do. Someone mentioned this. I kind of just had a fuck it attitude, like that first video titled like "Fuck It We Ball," of just like, you know, whatever happens happens. Like we gonna keep rolling, and you know, so far that's worked out pretty well. So yeah, just needed a change. Needed a change. Thought it would be time to try something crazy. This is where we are so far. I'm gonna paint the little pink guy on this chip can down here. So yeah, that was how I got here. So how is it like here? What's the experience been like? Well, I think like from the start, it was a pretty good experience. Like the recruiter was great. The school was like a good first impression. They helped me through like the whole process of getting my visa and getting my visa. And the only down thing is I kind of got fucked with training. Training was kind of a pain in the ass, and I don't think I was really compensated for it. So, but I guess it just is. It is what it is. You know, you can't have it all. So, yeah, good impression from the start. Super helpful. And then getting here, the other teacher like met me. Well, first when I got off the plane, they already had like a driver waiting for me, which was really dope because it was like a really nice van. It was like super comfortable, and the driver was like waiting outside, had my name on a card, and I was like, oh shit, this is like, you know, great way to land in a new country. And then yeah, I got to my apartment. It took like an hour from the airport, and yeah, the other teacher met me. Two teachers met me, and then took me to eat, and then took me to Daiso, which is like one of the coolest fucking stores here. It's like a Dollar Tree and Target together. If you know Dollar Tree and Target, I think out of the few people that watch my videos, I think the analytics say most of the people are from the U.S. So I'm pretty sure you know what Dollar Tree and Target are. So yeah, Daiso, if you don't know, it started in Japan and then it came to Korea, and it's got all of your home stuff, and it's very cheap, but it's good quality stuff, which is what's dope about it. So yeah, they took me there, got all my essentials, and then yeah, the next day I started working. It's been about 3 months now. A little over 3 months, which is wild. So, yup. And then, there's a lot to bitch about anywhere, but let me start with the good stuff. So what do I like about my school? I like that it's very organized and structured. and have I don't have to make lesson plans every day. In a way, yeah. I'll say I don't have to make lesson plans every day. So the company I work for is like a big corporate, like academy company. So they have a whole lot of schools doing exactly what I'm doing all over Korea, and I think in some other countries too. Um, so they have like the curriculum already designed, and I just have to go and prep for the lesson that I'm teaching that day, and like know all the answers so I can ask like leading questions to get the students to answer, if that makes sense. So I have about 90 students across 10 classes. So average, most classes are under 10 students. Some of them a little bigger. Ooh. Yeah, some of them a little bigger. I like the smaller ones. The smaller ones are nice because it's easier to like talk to the students and, you know, teach them and make sure they're learning everything. So yeah, for these 10 classes, there are like different levels for like the students. I'm not gonna, give all the details because I don't want to have too much information about my job in the video, but yeah, there are different levels, and I might have multiple classes of the same level, so I only really need to prep for like a few classes each day, and we'll be on a different lesson, and then each day I'll teach basically the same content but a different lesson depending on the classes. So let's say for one of my classes, I teach, so there's like a warm-up activity, and then a reading part, and then there'll be like a part where they actually answer questions based on what I read, or based on what the class read, and then that's the end of class, and then the Korean teacher will come in and teach their part of the class to the students. So yeah, that's another thing. People will ask, oh, how the fuck are you teaching Korea if you don't know Korean? There are co-teachers. So I teach only in English, and I'm not supposed to allow the students to use like any Korean at all. And then there's another teacher that will teach like the grammar and the details that the students like need to understand in Korean. And yeah, the classes are split up that way, so every time the students come, they have both teachers and they get a whole lot of content, and then they go home and do all their homework from regular school and their academy. So yeah, I like that I don't have to prep everything. It's like lesson plans already, and they repeat. So like the way the school is like structured, you have like different terms and levels and things like that. And you could end up, like a few months later, you could end up teaching the exact same lesson and course, and if you had taken notes and like remember everything, because it's not a whole lot to remember, you don't really need to prep. And in my school, if you are done your work, they don't give you like busy work and shit, which is dope. So a few days after I had gotten used to everything and comfortable and knew how to prep quickly and printed out my quizzes and things like that already, I could just sit there and read at my desk and wait for the students to come and then teach and then grade their quizzes and go home, and it's a pretty simple day. But then I guess like the downsides to that is sometimes it gets a little repetitive and, dare I say, boring? Fuck. Sometimes. I guess, I don't know, maybe just because I'm used to like so much fucking excitement in sales. But yeah, sometimes it might be a little slow. But I guess that's not a terrible thing. So yeah, sometimes it might be a little slow. Also, it's just a big adjustment working with Korean coworkers. So obviously there are just cultural differences and the way like they do things is different. And sometimes just the atmosphere can kind of feel, I don't know, just not as relaxed. It can be a little tense sometimes for whatever reason. A lot of this is like also just comparing to where I worked before, where we were there's a very like sociable group of coworkers, and we would all like talk a lot, and there were just a lot of really nice personalities where I worked before, so I liked that. So that kind of sucked to leave, but yeah, comparing that to where I am now, not everyone is as friendly. Not everyone is as friendly, and yeah, some people, they might seem like they take their job like too seriously. Which is like, I get that, you want to, have pride in your work and all that, but sometimes it's like, I want to say like, loosen up a little bit. We're teaching kids here. We're teaching kids English. This isn't brain surgery. It's not rocket science. Yeah, so I guess, I don't know. Enough about the schools. I've been rambling about the schools. What else do I really love about Korea? I love that it really is like such a fucking change. So if that's what I was trying to get out of this, of just something fresh and exciting that, could be a good way to live, then mission accomplished. There's like no shortage of things to go do. Because it's all just a fucking adventure. Like even going to a restaurant by myself the first time was like a whole mission, because I had to, I don't know a whole lot of Korean. I've learned enough that I can get by and like ask for things and go to a restaurant, but shit, even like the first time I did that, it was like, I gotta read the menu, I gotta try to decipher the menu, and is that a self-service bar over there? Where do I get my drink? Where do I go to pay while I'm here? And like all these little things all the time. They just always make the situation like new and exciting. Like even the first time I rode a bus to go to the store, it was like, not only did I have to figure out how to ride the bus here and like what the bus culture was, like, do I like stand away from people? Do I have to be super quiet? Or like, where do I sit? Do I sit on the inside seat, sit on the outside seat? It's like all those little things, you're just like soaking it all up. And then there's just like so many parks and monuments, and going to Seoul, there are like so many things in Seoul to go do. And there's like, not even Seoul, there's just so many fucking cities. Like So I had actually made another video. I recorded like I put it all on my computer. I was about to edit it, and it was like an hour of footage of me kind of doing something like this, of just turning the camera on and fucking rambling. But I was listening to it, I was like, what the fuck am I talking about? I can't post this shit. It was like the most nonsensical bullshit. I don't know, maybe there was someone that would have wanted to listen to it. But it was really like, I don't think there's any value in posting this. So hopefully I can look back on this shit and there's enough I can chop up and put in a video that, I don't know, someone might enjoy watching. See, where the fuck was I going right there? I've never done these kinds of I've never done a video like this, or haven't yet. It's my first one. But I like watching these kinds of videos of just listening to people talk about things, maybe while they're doing something else, like I'm painting. What was I gonna say? See, I lost my fucking train of thought. What the fuck was I talking about? Oh yeah, everything's just an adventure. So, yeah, I love that about Korea. Everything's an adventure. I also feel like I live a much healthier lifestyle over here. The biggest thing is that, God, fuck. The biggest thing is there's no weed in Korea. There's no weed. It's illegal. And if you know me, if you really know me well, you know my relationship with smoking weed. This might be a little incriminating, but hopefully someone can benefit from this. Or hopefully, I don't know, hopefully someone gets something out of this. But in the US, there's like too much to indulge in. Weed being legal is great, but like, fuck, it quickly became such a bad habit and really fucked up my mental state. So, long story short, I don't have that problem in Korea. And I've been living a very healthy lifestyle since I got here. So, I rarely drink, honestly. I had a beer last night. And before that, I don't remember the last time I had a drink. I go to the gym. I walk to and from work most of the time. I at least walk home from work just about every day. Sometimes I'll take the bus to work especially now because it's hot. And yeah, not only that, Korean food is generally pretty healthy. Like kimchi, it's like pickled vegetables. Like I think that's pretty good for you. I eat eat a lot of like eggs and rice and vegetables, and it's like, yeah. And then I spend my time teaching kids, which is like, I'm teaching, so I'm like using my brain in a good way there, and then I'm teaching kids, which just like, I don't know, makes me feel some sort of sense of purpose, which is nice. I have a lot of time. I spend a lot of time reading. It's just, I live a pretty healthy lifestyle over here, which is great. I guess some disadvantages are that part of being in a new country is that you really don't have a fuckload of people around. At first, I thought my coworkers would be like a really tight-knit group of like friends, even though I don't really want my personal life mixed with my work life that closely. I thought in some capacity we would like go and do things more often. We really don't, so it's like it is what it is. But yeah. So sometimes it sucks to spend a lot of time alone, but the good thing about it being 2024 is that I have a cell phone and I can call people and talk to people and keep in touch with people. So I'm really not, it's not that big of a deal. And I know at some point I will be back around people again, so it's like, just enjoy it for now. And I guess there are some other parts about the culture that are a little, I guess, so different that it doesn't seem like, I don't know, a great thing. I don't know what I'm saying there. Sometimes the Korean culture seems very different than what I'm used to, and sometimes it just makes me feel like very much like a foreigner. I am, but I don't always feel like a foreigner. But some things just really remind you of like, damn, you're a foreigner. I guess a small thing is the bowing culture. The bowing culture in Korea. Nice, very nice. Very respectful culture. But I feel like I look like a dumbass when I like bow to people, or like when like I usually am not the only one to do it. Someone will like they'll bow a little bit to me, and I'll like I'll think I'm doing the same thing back, but because I'm not used to it, it just feels weird. I'm like, am I doing this right? Like, do I look stupid right now? Am I bowing enough? Am I not bowing? Am I bowing too much? I don't know. So yeah, there's that. I do love being able to like learn a new language though. I spent a lot of time studying Spanish, and now I have the chance to learn Korean. So I really spend a lot of time studying and practicing Korean. And I don't think I would have been able to learn as much as I have already if I was not living in Korea. So, though I don't know where I would ever use Korean outside of Korea, to be able to learn a language like in the country itself is a really cool opportunity. So very grateful for that, because I always wanted to like study languages and do this sort of thing, and now I have the chance, so that's really dope. I don't know, what else do y'all want to know? What else? I don't know how well this video will do as far as like people watching all of it. I don't know how long I'm gonna make it. I don't know if I'll just upload the whole thing and not cut anything out. The unedited, my unedited ramblings. I don't know. Maybe I'll just post that and see if anyone likes it. But either way, it's fun to make. So decided to end the video there. Thanks for watching, if you watched the whole thing. Thanks for watching even if you didn't. Let me know what you think. What did I leave out? What do you want to hear next? What do you want to see next? I'm going to Jeju Island next month for my vacation. So there'll be a video of that. But in the meantime, maybe I'll post some more stuff. But yeah, thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.